Hello there everyone, it's Acer back today, and I just wanted to take a moment to kind of explain the meaning behind Rey Skywalker. I know it's a very divisive topic, but I also know there's a lot of people out there that are just kind of confused as to why she refers to herself as Rey Skywalker at the end of Episode 9. I personally do not have a whole lot of issues with the concept. I'm actually a huge supporter of it. So if you'd bear with me, I would like to explain to you why I feel that way, why I think Rey Skywalker was a really good story choice for them to make, and just why all around I enjoy the concept as a whole. So bear with me and we'll get to it. First up, let's talk about Rey's parents and her bloodline in general, because I see a lot of people out there confused about what exactly Rey Skywalker means. It does not mean that Rey is related to the Skywalkers by blood. It's simply the moniker that she takes on at the end of the film. Now, we don't know much about Rey's father, but we know he was an artificial strand cast of Palpatine, similar to a clone, but he disobeyed Palpatine and left. He eventually met this other woman who we don't have a name for yet and went on to have Rey. We also know that Palpatine's artificial son, despite carrying his bloodline, was not Force-sensitive and did not hold Palpatine's power. However, Rey was Force-sensitive, also carried Palpatine's blood and his power. So biologically speaking, Rey is in fact a descendant of Palpatine and is part of his bloodline. However, in the minds of Luke and Leia and in her own heart, she is in fact a Skywalker. Now, a lot of times I see people bring up the idea that it would be disrespectful for Rey to carry on the Skywalker legacy, that she isn't worthy enough of that title. Which is interesting, because this is addressed in the very beginning of Episode 9 when Rey is training with Leia. Rey flat out expresses to Leia that she doesn't feel confident enough in her skills to be worthy of this lightsaber, that she doesn't deserve it. She hands it back to Leia and says, "I'm not ready for this." But ultimately, Leia has the confidence in Rey that she doesn't have in herself, and she gives the lightsaber back to her as they head out on their mission. And then as we travel to the planet of Pisana during the celebration, Rey is asked what her family name is, and she replies she doesn't have one. And in this moment, she's completely alone, despite all of her friends being around her, and it only gets worse when it's revealed that she's the descendant of Palpatine and that both of her parents have already been killed. But the truth is, she's not alone, and this is revealed to her by none other than Luke himself, when he says to her, "Some things are stronger than blood." And it's in this moment that she realizes that both of her masters will be there for her, and they always will be, both Luke and Leia, and she gains the confidence to deny her bloodline and go face Palpatine. And another thing that I see people say is that Palpatine won in the end, that he killed all of the Skywalkers, but that's not true, because after decades of trying to sway the Skywalkers to his side, it's ultimately his own blood that betrays him and joins the Skywalkers. Palpatine has once again failed, this time being his greatest failure of them all, which will indeed be his legacy, one of failure, darkness, and evil. And so Rey is now Rey Skywalker. It's the moniker that she takes on, not by blood, but by choice. But even more than this, the Skywalkers were happy for this to have happened, and they were proud that Rey would be the one to carry on their legacy into the future. It's even explained in the novelization that Leia had intended for this to happen. And so once again, as she returns to Tatooine, to Luke's old home to bury the twins' lightsabers, in the utmost respect that she has for their legacy, she is once again asked who she is and what her family name is. And she turns to see Luke and Leia smiling at her, giving her their seal of approval, and she says, "I'm Rey, Rey Skywalker." She's no longer alone, she's no longer a nobody, she has a family, and she has a purpose. Even more so, I genuinely believe that Rey stands as a symbol of hope, a beacon of light, and she has the heart, character, and spirit of a true Jedi. And it's these characteristics alone that allow her to be the perfect choice to carry on the Skywalker legacy into the future. So hopefully this video helps some people out. I totally understand there's still going to be people out there that, disagree with whether or not she should have been Rey Skywalker, but hopefully this, maybe allows you to understand why she is Rey Skywalker. But again, I know there's going to be a bunch of people with a totally different point of view on something, and that's totally okay. Disagreements are fine, as long as we can all be civil about it. At the end of the day, we're all Star Wars fans. Because right now, I feel that there's a little bit too much negativity being spread around in this fandom, and so my goal here and on TikTok is to just spread a little bit more positivity. And hopefully, in time, the sequels will get the same treatment as the prequels. Hated in the beginning, and then beloved by many later on. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely stay tuned for more Star Wars videos. Hit that subscribe button, leave a like, drop a comment, and may the Force be with you all, always.